that when you work hard, you know, these things just naturally gravitate towards you. I think that's bullshit now, but I did believe that.
Wait, whoa. Hold on, wait. We need to unpack. What did you say? You said
bullshit.
Explain to me why you've taken that. Why now you think of that way,
bro. Look how much people work out in the summer. Yeah, look how much people work out in the summer. Like, and look, if I'd have just, because another thing, if I'd have just gone to Richmond, yeah, the school Richmond, Jack, whatever his name, Jack Majeski's academy, I'd have played on Future Stars every year. I would have played on Future Stars every year, bro. Like, there's players that they thought, oh, you know, there was no disrespect to them. I'm not saying they weren't good. I'm just saying they weren't better than me.
Okay.
So it's also institutional. Like, yeah, go. Like, but working hard is a prerequisite to success for yourself because you achieve goals for yourself. But you also need to understand that you need to go to the right places. At the like Hackney College, when Tony Garbaletto was coaching there, look at the players with their success pathway. I didn't want to go there, right? Because how they treated my boy. Like, a lot of these teams that said they were, like, remember all these teams that were saying, you play for me, I'll get you to America.
Yeah, but
you end up making a choice, regardless of how fast you ran at 1 a.m. in the morning, shooting on Christmas morning with ice on the floor, playing in glass, whatever, all the ghetto things you did to get better, regardless of what you did, if you didn't go to one of these places that believed they had links, you was in trouble. And if one of the places ended up talking shit, which a lot of them did, you was in trouble.
Okay, so
and that's what disenfranchised people. It doesn't disenfranchise me. I work my ass off because I can't survive in a world where hard work doesn't get success. I'm not that guy. But in the same breath, when I was younger, I didn't understand why certain guys were playing for England when they sucked, bro.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Let me give you my opinion on what you said. So I don't totally agree with you what you said in terms of hard work doesn't always attract blah 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 success. I think that's how you kind of worded it to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
To me, I truly believe it does. Now, whether or not you make a decision to go somewhere, that's something different. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because if that was the case, everyone who works hard would be at the top. And we know there's some people who you're like, there's some people in the league today that everybody goes, how did you make it? And to me, anyone who makes it in the league, my hat's off to them because there's only, 400 and something positions, yeah? But we know not everybody works hard, right? But if you look at the elites in all professions, yeah? Let's say most, yeah? They are the ones who work harder than the rest of their peers. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So naturally, it will give you opportunities. It will give you more opportunities to succeed the harder you work. It won't guarantee success, but it will give you opportunities, i.e. for yourself. What you just said now, you had 3 opportunities from what you said to me, yeah? And this is not a Marty McFly type of Back to the Future type of conversation. I'm just saying, in hindsight, you had 3 opportunities. You had a junior college offer. Like, to me, like, I went junior college after going to a 4-year school. Bro, junior college is anyone who's played junior college will tell you, it's like playing open gym, but they keep your stats. Like,
yeah.
It's fun. Like, my most fun I've ever had was junior college, bro. Like, it's off till today. That is my most fun I've had in America playing basketball. And I was in a small town with cornfields. I went to the gym, went to class, played games, and that was it. And I was happy. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So you had that. You had an opportunity at Richmond with Jack. All right?
Well, I didn't go. What I'm saying is...
But I'm saying your hard work allowed you to go to America. Your hard work allowed you to play against NBA players. Your hard work allowed you to be seen and to get an offer to play basketball in America. Bro, there's people who have played basketball from when they were young till they're old, and they work hard and they never even got a phone call. So that's an opportunity. You had an opportunity with Jack. You had an opportunity in Hackney.
When I say opportunity with Jack, right? So, like, I explain that situation. Steve Bucknell saw me playing for Walton Forest Spartans. So I get what you're saying, but there was like future stars. You had to include a certain amount of Jacks. And don't get me wrong, Henry Wilkins was on that team, and he's amazing. Jack Stannard's on that team, and he's amazing. But every single year, they had to include some of these guys.
Yeah, but that wasn't that Jack's thing though? Wasn't it his tournament?
It was Jack's thing, but Steve Bucknell was involved, I guess. Yeah. Steve Bucknell never really liked me anyway, but in the same breath.
Do you think it was personal, or do you think it was maybe an age gap?
I honestly don't even think about it anymore. Like I couldn't even tell you. I used to be I didn't even used to get too stressed about not making it, but because to be honest, we were getting cooked every year. Like I was like, why would I go there and get cooked by these dudes? Like, how is that gonna help me? We were getting cooked every year. And the thing is, a lot of those dudes walked around with this kind of thing that I didn't want to be anyway. Like this dude, like walking around, like acting up. Like some of them came to like scrimmages, and I'm like, bro, you keep acting up and me and you have an issue. Like talking and laughing, you know, these funny preppy dudes with their stupid hair.
Yeah,
like,
but you know, how can I put it? There's a part of, I think, with basketball players where we spend a lot of time on our own working, that I tell you what's very hard is, and only a few players can do this, is to get notice for what you do and to be celebrated and not allow it to go to your head.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That is an art, I'm telling you. Like, and even if you look at it, and I'm not mentioning no names, our best player in the UK, who is probably above everybody, has more success than everybody in the UK, is probably one of the most humble guys if you ever meet him in person. And if you didn't know who he was and you met him, you would just think he's like a regular dude. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? And to me,
100%.
That's an art, bro. That's an art, bro. Not everybody can do that, because it's kind of like you've got to be able to have that ego and that dog in you when you get on the court and know that you are the shit, but then to remove yourself from all of the lights, camera, action and just be like, I don't need to puff my chest. You already know, you know what I mean? And with the young lot, yo, bro, I'll be the first one to put my hand up. That shit, I never mastered that shit. You know that for a fact. So I'm saying to you, but I'm saying to you, as an adult now, looking back at it, I understand why certain people used to walk the way that they walked. And believe it or not, that energy that they brought onto the court, some people would get shook and not want to guard them.
Yeah, so I didn't have that problem,
so It happens. I just wanted to touch on that because I've seen that in my career. And I would say, you see those preppy guys, I had that personality. I still, till today, even locally, I've got that personality. It's just a part of me. But you know what I mean? So you saying that, just a light went off in my head, but continue, sorry.
Yeah, but you know, London, one thing about London, man, I personally think one of the beautiful things about London basketball, there's a lot of flaws with London basketball, but one of the beautiful things with London basketball is you better show up on the court, bro. Like Justin Robinson, he come back and do the same thing every summer. Like, I'm going to play this way, you know, walking around. Like, I'm seeing a lot of these youths do this, you know, when they do that, they say you're too little. Like, don't do that. Do that in Derby. Don't do that here, because you're going to have an issue. Like, I'm watching, like, don't do that to me. Like, that's the one, like, I get that a lot, like, people talking and stuff. Like, I'm like, listen, you're from West. I don't want to hear that. But
so wait. So don't you like the talking part of basketball?
I don't.
Are you serious?
I do it. If you talk to me, I'm going to talk back. If you talk to my teammate, I'm going to talk to you. And if anyone at Worthing will know, you talk to my teammate, I'm going to talk to you. Like, when I was in Germany, we were beating this team. I'll never forget, like, his whole teammate, all his teammates turned on him. was beating his team, and this guy was talking like, next time we play you guys, we're gonna wash you. I said, bro, he wasn't even directing at me. He was talking to someone. I said, bro, it's always the worst basketball player on the team talking some shit. You suck. Shut your mouth. Yeah, you got 4 points. You're 6'7". Shut your mouth. And I'll do it, but in the same breath, I don't like it. I don't instigate that kind of stuff. Like I'm gonna talk with my game. You know, I talk like I save it for talking on defense, help side, weak side, by yourself, screen right. I'll do that. Like,
yeah. To me,
you know,
I love like it depends who I'm playing against as well. It depends the type of player that you are. But if you're one of the players, if you get a bucket on me and you're starting to talk, sometimes in a game I might be feeling myself and I just start talking. And you know the worst thing is? It has nothing to do with you. It's just me getting myself going. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But if someone engages with you, like to me, it starts switching all buttons off in me. And I'm like, no. I have to get every rebound now. No. You can't score any basket ever again. And I'm going to tell you every single time. And to me, the older I got, the more I engage in the talking. Because to me, I'm going to say this, but it is what it is. Basketball's kind of boring for me now.
okay.
It's kind of boring. Like, it's like, I don't get any satisfaction from scoring a lot of points, rebounds. Like, you know, it's not what it was when I was younger. There's nothing for me to prove. I got to my stage and I was like, oh, that's a decent stage, is cool. But I don't play it anymore to be like, yo, I got 50 and so what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but the talking aspect of it,
I learned that, yeah.
The talking aspect of
important.
it's to me, it gives the game a different layer because not everybody can do it. Like most guys, you talk to them in the game, they take it personal. They don't want to talk to you after the game either. Because in their head, they feel like you're like really coming for them. You know what I mean? And it's not that. It's like we're just playing the game. Like this is a part of the game, and you know, to me, it's fun. But I know there's players like you who they hate talking. Like to them, like, why are you talking to me for? Like I'm like, And once someone does that, that's when you just keep going, because now the best players who don't like talking, they don't talk. They just look at you.
Yeah.
And silence is, you know, like silence is the best thing you can do to someone who wants to talk. Because
I agree.
when you ignore them, it's like you've just like, they don't know what you're thinking. You just know what I'm saying to you? And it's like some guys who don't engage in the talking, you just leave them alone. It's like you're not getting any fun out of it. So why are you going to keep talking to the guy? Do you see what I'm saying?
Right, I know. I shouldn't rise to it, but you got to rise to it sometimes, man. Like, what? All right, you can't go left, you know. I ain't sending you left all night, but I'm about to send you left right now. We're going to see if you're still talking. Like,
do you tell them that? Do you tell them?
Oh, yeah. Dude, bro, like, I don't care. Like, I just don't like doing it. I don't like instigating it. But I will talk for England, you know. Me.
That's why we're having this conversation, bro. We're similar.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So you came back, and then how did you manage to go into Germany? Because you was in Germany for some time, I believe.
I was in Germany for 3 years, but prior to that, I was playing BBL with Vince McCauley from 2009 to.
Oh, you played Vince? What was that?
Milton Keynes? Milton Keynes, yeah.
What was that like?
Oh man, I always tell people it was a difficult experience, you know. Like the first year, like playing with just complete vets. I was the youngest player there, one of the youngest in the league.
Got no touches.
I didn't understand.
Got no touches. Got no touches. Yeah.
Oh man, like it was just like mentally tough. Like listening to how people spoke to me. Like again, I'll say this again. Like you can't like London guys. The way you have to survive talking to me in a certain way and me reacting a certain way might look like I'm sensitive, but I'm not being sensitive. It's just like if I let you talk to me that way,
get off me, innit? Just get off me.
Right. If I let you talk to me that way, how can I go back to my ends? That's just how I felt, you know. So, but I a lot from the veterans. I played with Michael New. I played with Drew Spinks, who's an amazing guy. And Vince himself. Like, Vince has got more of this. Like, it's not as scientific. It's more like go get a bucket kind of idea, you know. And trying to learn how to play, it's not the greatest thing, because when I went to Germany, I really learned a lot from like the details. They're so detailed. But I played there for some years.
Did any of
4 years, I think.
Did any of the older guys try to mentor you while she was at, or was it a case of they were just like, ugh, figure it out?
You know what, right? I always say my first experience, I never lifted weights before. I could do push-ups for days, but I never lifted weights before. So I tried to do the bench press and I couldn't lift the bar up with 2 10s on each side. I couldn't lift the bar up and everyone in the gym and David Lloyd was laughing at me. And I remember I got in the car and I went home and I didn't say nothing, bro. I just sat there and for the rest of the season, I just lifted crazy, yeah? By the next season, none of them dudes wanted to lift with me anymore. I was lifting too heavy. And that in itself was a mentorship. You know what I'm saying? That in itself was a mentorship. But the first person I'll say that probably took me under his wing was a guy called Chris Clark. I did an interview the other day. And he kind of helped me. And in the summer, I worked out with this guy called Nigel Lloyd. And it wasn't a mentorship at all. He wasn't a mentorship. It was just someone that understood I wanted to work hard and help me become a better shooter. But
you know, slyly, it kind of is, because you know what it's like. Sometimes people, I'm sure when you said you wanted to work out in the summer, you probably let few people know. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And some people maybe didn't want to give you their time. So maybe it wasn't a case of like, hey,
he was getting shots up anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, still, you know, he helped you. So
he did.
You know, some people when they help you, it's not a case of, hey, come here, do this, and this. Some people, it's just a case of, you know, like I'm a firm believer in environments. You know, I believe if you want to be good at something, be around people who are better than you at what you're trying to do. And he was from what you said, right?
Yeah, he's one of the. I think he's not my favorite. Like I've watched it back and stuff, and just the way he plays. Like I understand why he's one of the goats, one of the BBL goats. He's not my favorite BBL player of all time. Oh, that's a tough one. But there's a guy called John White. He's a bad boy. John White, getting buckets, but like he was one of the BBL goats, and he could really shoot the ball, and his basketball IQ was off the charts, you know. And he, like, even when he used to chastise me, I used to learn from what he was saying. And when I used to go to his runs, like he used to host these little runs. Like when I used to go with him and listen to what he was saying, it was a mentorship in a way, because it did help me in the future. Like when I ended up going to Essex and being able to score more at Essex and stuff, I did think about some of the stuff he was saying. But when I went to BBL for 4 years. I left when they moved to London because I just wanted more time. Like I felt like what Vincent didn't see, what Vincent didn't see, where I was coming from. Like momentum to me as a young person. I just had my second kid as well. I just had my second daughter, Ezra. Momentum to me was important. So I ended the year at Milton Keynes. They moved from Milton Keynes to Crystal Palace. I ended the year in Milton Keynes starting. You know, I was starting and I was guarding the best player. Like when Drew Lasker was at Guildford, I guarded Drew Lasker. When Paul Gauss was at Newcastle, I